Welcome to the session on creating interactive quiz in PowerPoint. This video is in continuation to my previous video on creating interactive PowerPoint presentation with navigation menu. Let us first see how does this interactive quiz works. We have a question on screen asking us to select the easiest way of communication. Let me just inform you that this quiz is a part of study module called Learn the Basics of Email. Hence, the answers are related to email. Now for this question, the correct answer is email. So if I click on email, I get an indication that I have selected the right answer. If I select any option other than email, it flashes wrong symbol. So for correct answer, it flashes green symbol, that is right answer. And for wrong answers, it will flash red symbols. Moving on to the next question. Which of the following should not be done while using email? Proofreading email, fake email address, insert subject line, include attachments. Now, if you just see, proofreading email is a wrong answer because this should be done and we are looking out for this should not be done. So, fake email address, we should not and we must never put fake email addresses. So if I click on this, this is the correct answer. If I click on any other, I get wrong symbols. If you observe, besides question, I have also inserted an audio file so that the user can listen to the instruction before attempting the quiz. Now that you have understood how interactive quiz works, let us create it. First, create at least 2 slides of quiz questions along with alternatives and symbols to indicate right or wrong. So we have over here 2 slides where we have put questions along with its alternatives, and opposite to it we have symbols to indicate whether the alternative is right or wrong. As you observe, the questions and alternatives are inserted as text boxes, and the symbols are characters from Wingdings font. If you do not have Wingdings font, then you may directly write right or wrong as text. It means as word, RIGHT or WRONG, wrong, as words in those text boxes. Or you can use images for tick mark and cross. Make sure that you have such 2 slides. Now the second setting to be done is to change the browsing style of presentation. Go to the slideshow menu and click Setup Slideshow. In Show Type, select Browsed at a Kiosk, full screen. Let the other settings be as it is and click OK. This is to ensure that the slides do not advance on any random mouse clicks or arrow keys. Now the third step is to include action buttons for the next and the previous slide. So we have 2 slides for our questions. You can include the next slide and previous slide action button on it. If you wish to know how to use action button, then you can watch my previous video on creating interactive PowerPoint presentation using navigation menu. Now that we are all set, let us start animating the symbols. In order to animate the symbols, we will be referring to selection pen, animation pen, and triggers. Now the logic is that each symbol must be triggered to appear after its opposite corresponding text box is clicked. For example, the green tick mark. This must appear if I click on fake email address text box. Similarly, if I click on proofreading email text box, then this cross mark or the wrong symbol must appear. Now, in order to view the selection pane, we are going to do the following step. Click on any of the text box onto your slide. Go to Format menu and select Selection Pane. A pane appears onto the right hand side showing all the elements present onto the slide on that screen. Now this helps us to understand the name of each and every element on the screen. For example, if I select fake email address, then I can understand that this is text box 9. If I select include attachments, then I can understand that this is text box 11. The green check mark, tick mark, is rectangle 12. Now we can edit these names of components by double clicking and giving them a new name. So I have done for my previous slide. I have renamed the later text box as later, fax text box as fax. This is by double clicking and changing the names. Now let us animate the symbols. In order to animate the symbol, click the symbol and go to animation pen. So we need to go to animations menu and select animation pen. Now as you can see over here, there is nothing other than quiz instruction. Now this quiz instruction was the audio file which I had inserted. If I delete it right now, so your animation pen will look entirely empty with no animations added to the pen. So now let us start sequentially with each of the symbols and give animation to them. So now select the first cross or the first wrong symbol. After selecting, click on Add Animation. So if you observe, we are in the same animation menu. In animation menu, we have Add Animation. Click Add Animation. Then in the first section of entrance animations, select an animation. So I am going to select a sober animation of fading effect. So this symbol will appear with the fading effect. I click it. So this has now appeared inside my animation pen. Now once it appears in the animation pen, click the drop down arrow besides it and select timing. Now in the timing tab, select on click under the start. So this is by default, on click. Make the duration to be fast, like 1 second. 0.5 appears to be too fast. Tick mark the checkbox of rewind when done playing. Also click on trigger and select start effect on click off. Now which is the text box? We need to select the text box. So here we can see text box number 8, that is proofreading email. So now what we have done right now is we have said that this cross is going to have an effect of fading as an entrance effect, and it is going to start on click off for a duration of 1 second, and it is going to be triggered on the click of text box number 8. It means if I click proofreading email text box number 8, then this effect will start, or this effect will start for the cross for a duration of 1 second. And as we have clicked on rewind, it states that it will disappear after the animation takes place, and it does not stay onto the screen. So it appears and it disappears. Now click on OK. This is what the effect is. Now let us do for the similarly for the second. Select the tick mark symbol. Now let us first understand when this should appear. This tick mark should appear when I will be clicking the fake email address box. So if you can see here in the selection pane, fake email address is text box number 9. So now let's do it. Select the tick mark, add animation, entrance effect is fading. I selected fade. It has appeared over here. Now we need to set the trigger. So click on the drop down arrow, select timing. Under timing tab, on click, duration 1 second, that it is somewhat fast. Click on rewind when done playing so that it will disappear after it is played. In triggers, say select start effect on the click of, it was text box number 9, that is fake email address. Text box number 9, fake email address, and click on OK. This is it. This is the effect. Similarly, now we will do it for the next remaining two cross marks or the wrong options. So this cross mark should appear after you click on insert subject line. So which is the text box? You can see here from the selection pane. This is text box 10. So now select this. Go on, click add animation. Entrance effect is fading. Select the drop down arrow so that we can set the trigger. Go to timing. In timing, start on click. Keep the duration as 1 second. Rewind when done playing so that it disappears after the animation is over. And it should be triggered, that the animation should be triggered on click of text box number 10. Insert subject line. This is the effect. And the last remaining one, we have include attachments as its corresponding text box, which is text box number 11. So click this cross mark. Click on add animation, fading effect as an entrance. Once it is added to the animation plane, click down arrow, timing. Start is on click, duration is for 1 second. Rewind when done playing. In triggers, the effect is after the click on text box number 11 and OK. So in this way, we have added all our animation panes, and this was how in our demonstration we have seen that if I click on insert subject line, I am able to have the effect of cross arrow or the cross mark flashing onto the screen. There is another way of giving a quiz. This is like I did not have animation pen right now. This is like we have a button. So this is a button, and this button says that click to attempt quiz. If you right click this button, we have hyperlinked this button to a Google form. So we have already done buttons in our previous video. So any button can be hyperlinked to a external URL. So if I click on edit hyperlink, you can see here that I have mentioned the URL of a Google form. So this is my Google form quiz, which a candidate or a student can attempt by clicking on that button. Also, you can have a QR code for the same. So if this PowerPoint presentation is being displayed in the class, if I click, only one student or the teacher will be able to attempt it. But if you can display the QR code for the same Google form, then the students can scan it and attempt your quiz. So this is another form of interactive quiz in PowerPoint. So now in the next video, we will be learning on how to create interactive memory game in PowerPoint. So as you have done for quiz, same we will be doing it for memory game. So see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.